I have a great idea.
But I'll never do it.
It might happen. Sure, the monkeys might fly out of my butt. I don't think so.
I don't see it happening.
Hey everybody, I'm Louise,
And I'm John.
and we have great ideas that we're never gonna do.
Nope. No siree, Bob.
Not ever.
Not happening. Hey Louise, how's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Has it been a busy time in the world of your brain coming up with great ideas?
You know, to be perfectly honest,
I only want you to be perfectly honest.
yes, not imperfectly. I took a little Labor Day vacay.
What?
I know, and I turned my little brain off as much as I could because that's what vacation is for.
Sure.
But I did focus a little bit during the trip, and I came up with one great idea. One great idea that wasn't my assignment.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Okay. Now, I was thinking a lot about your assignment, which is how I came up with this assignment this idea for me.
Okay.
I'm
My
sorry,
assignment being doing dishes.
Correct. I went on vacation. I stayed in a hotel one night and then a bed and breakfast. The bed and breakfast, I trust a little bit more than a hotel. I've seen some headlines on some articles about not washing of dishes and wiping out of things, and I'm just nervous. So Chris and I brought our own ground coffee beans, our own AeroPress, our own mugs.
Well, you were on a little driving trip. It wasn't like you were flying anywhere.
Correct. It was
You
a
could
miniature
pack as
road
much
trip.
crap as you want.
That's right. There was no limit except the limits of the car.
And your imagination.
Yes, as
But
to
mostly
what
the
we could
car.
bring. But mostly the car. We did have a ridiculous amount of baggage, I thought. But we just had decided that hotel lobby coffee was probably crap. We decided that, I don't know, a coffee machine, if there would be one in our room, would be gross or moldy, or that I was having these horrible nightmare fantasies about the cups not having been washed ever. Just taken out of a thin paper-like plastic film and then put upside down on a dirty coaster and maybe just wiped out one. I don't know. So, you know how women have makeup remover wipes?
I do know this, yes. Go on.
Dawn wipes.
Okay.
Like dish soap wipes for when you're traveling.
I wish that I had thought of this for my assignment. I'm afraid mine isn't as good as that. That's awesome.
Or if you're camping, you don't want to have too much soap. You don't want to pollute a creek or something.
Right.
But you could get a Dawn wipe, wash it on the sink of your bathroom.
Right. I mean, I don't want
Clearly,
anybody...
I'm not staying at super, super fancy hotels.
And by the way, Dawn, unless you want to sponsor this podcast, I'm afraid this is open to any company out there.
Palmolive.
Or like Mrs. Myers or Method.
Mrs. Myers. Yes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I wonder...
To be fair, we checked into this hotel after midnight because we had been driving after rush hour, and then we were definitely checking out by 7 a.m. So we didn't stay in the super nicest place just because we were like, we just need to sleep.
Sure, yeah.
It wasn't like scurvy. I just didn't want their trash coffee.
Oh, I totally get it. I feel like you just gave me an idea based on what you're talking about, just talking about hotels. But I mean, I want to still talk about these wipes a little bit because
Okay.
I'm wondering, and we're going to probably circle back around to this later when we're talking about the challenges, but when it comes to washing dishes by hand, it's running water, it's soap, a sponge, and
Possibly a scrubber brush. I don't
yeah,
know.
it depends on your situation. But if it's just to do a surface clean, like just a straight up like disgusmo removal, then what do you really need? You just need like food grade soap, nothing that's gonna ruin your insides, and like non-toxic soap that preferably would leave zero aftertaste, or if it is going to be an aftertaste, something that's going to complement whatever you're going to use next on that thing. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking like, oh, I'll just suds up some of the soap from the like hand soap that they have or
Right.
shampoo, and I was like, ew, no. And then I was thinking about using an actual makeup wipe, but those
Mm-hmm.
are sometimes like they don't want to strip your face of moisture, so sometimes they're
Right.
like a little oily, and I was like, well, that'll not work. And
Right.
in a separate conversation, I think it was about washing clothes, but now I can't tell. Chris had asked me about, was the Dawn going to be gentle enough or something? I was like, yeah, that's what they like wash oily animals in when they like have oil spills. Like,
According to
there's-
Dawn commercials.
Well, yeah, that's true. You know what? I bought it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any reason why that wouldn't be a good thing to have, even if it's just for hotel travel. Yeah.
Even if you do stay at nice hotels, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I still like to wash out some stuff sometimes.
I hear you. Well, you just got me thinking a little bit about hotel amenities. When you do go to a hotel, it includes so much stuff. And it's not like I'm saying charge less and then you buy those bonus things at an additional cost. This is all about finances and ways to make things a little bit cheaper. But maybe instead of like, this is the price, and then these are all of the amazing things that you get, because I'm the kind of person that, for various reasons, doesn't take advantage of the things that they consider to be like high quality or luxurious. Like, I don't use like down pillows or down comforters. And I've been at hotels that use those, and I have to request like the crap. Oh, Daisy sees something outside. She's going crazy.
Yes, dog noises.
Get it
She's
out of your
saying-
system, kiddo.
She's like, hey, there's something out there. Hey.
You okay, kid? Okay. So instead of it being a system like that, I've totally lost my train of thought. I think there's a dog outside that she's barking at.
Or the mailman. Or the milkman.
The milkman, the non-dairy milkman from
To throw it
2
back.
episodes ago. So yes, I use the pillows I request the like cheaper foam pillows that they don't consider to be as luxurious, but that's what works for me. So I feel like you should get, I don't know, some sort of bonus, I don't know if it's just a financial refund or if it is tickets to a show or, something like that, that you can cash in those luxury items for. So that maybe a hotel doesn't have to have a full stock of this stuff. They can only have half the amount and charge people a little bit less, and then rather than charging more for the luxury items, you charge the same amount, but you get different types of bonuses. Like almost like you're going to an arcade and you get tickets from games, like playing skee ball, and you get to cash in those tickets for various knickknacks that cost a cent. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. But you're
Maybe there's
talking
something
about
there.
you're talking about all these amenities, and you're just like, they have these coffee makers, and you just don't know if they're gonna be good. So it's like, maybe you can say, okay, there's a coffee maker in here. You can take this back, and I will take, a few of your prize tickets in exchange because I'm not using this. I don't know. Maybe there's something there.
I'm starting to think about too. Are you familiar with Spirit Airline?
Yeah, yes, I think I know where you're going with this.
Oh, you do?
Well, keep going, and I'll tell you if I'm thinking of something different.
If it's the direction of you make me want to tear my eyeballs out, then that's the direction. Because I think that flying and hotel stays are not similar. So let's start there.
Okay.
But I feel like I've never flown Spirit, but my family flies Spirit a lot, and they were saying how like the tickets are super super cheap, but you get nothing.
Right.
And I'm like, "No, I'm going to need that refreshing glass of water,
Yeah.
stewardess. And I'm not going to pay $8 for a bottle of water."
And you're also
from
not going to
you.
call her a flight attendant.
Yeah. I'm also going to go back 25 years and
Yeah.
50 years and Pan Am. No, I just think there are certain things that I have become accustomed to.
Right.
Like, you don't have to serve me a full meal, airline. Don't get carried away. But I like a beverage, especially when I am at the mercy of the airport now because I can't bring my own beverage in.
Uh-huh.
I can bring an empty water bottle and fill it up, but again, I work. Sometimes I mean, not normally. Normally, I'm okay with tap water, but maybe I shouldn't be so.
Depends on where you are.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, well, I'll just get. But then I got nervous. So for things like a coffee maker, I just don't understand why there's lobby coffee and the coffee in your room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, offer one or the other. Say, like, we won't have coffee in the lobby. It's not part of the continental breakfast, but there's a coffee maker in your room. But why both?
Well, okay.
If you're in a hotel with like 100 rooms, let's say, that's 100 coffee makers.
That's true.
That's a lot of money spent on a coffee
Which
maker.
it could be an optional thing that when you book, you say, yes, I would like to have a coffee maker. For the people who are not going to be spending a lot of time walking through the lobby, let's say you and your honey are going on a weekend bang-ication, and you just want to spend like 48 hours solid banging away in a hotel room.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, and you need the caffeine boost. Then it's right there.
Okay. A bangcation. Well, there's an idea in itself. Great ideas happening right here.
This is true. Well, you also got me thinking about airlines a little bit because, as previously stated, there are certain reasons why I don't partake in all of the amenities that are offered on airplanes. And let's say I am traveling first class, which, no big deal, has happened historically speaking. But because of
I've
dietary...
never flown first class.
What's that?
I've never flown first class.
Oh, Louise. Well, you're tiny. You can fit into an overhead compartment and be totally fine. So, not that I'm like a gigantic person or anything. But, they come around with like warm chocolate chip cookies and ice cream sundaes. And it's like, because of my dietary restrictions, that is no dice. And
Nice.
what's interesting is they always say you get a free chocolate chip cookie. And it's like, no, I have $1,000 chocolate chip cookie because I'm paying up the butt for this. And this is part of this that I cannot partake in. So if you're not going to have other options, at least have like, give me a
$5.
handful of airline miles.
Yeah.
I clearly go on airplanes. That's something I can do. So anyway, that's what I'm talking about. However,
I mean, this could,
those. Oh,
as
forget
you said
it.
before, no, like I have a comment too on like airlines just generally. Like as you said before, I'm a tiny person.
Uh-huh.
I don't take up a lot of space. I don't weigh a lot. I think my ticket should be less expensive than maybe we'll call them average Americans.
Ooh, oh boy.
I know. Now we're getting into some dirty, dirty laundry.
Yeah, let's close this can of worms before we can't. Okay, we definitely spiraled, and I love it because we brought up a lot of different ideas. My idea of the episode is less groundbreaking. It's not changing the world.
Mine did.
Yours did, but mine would never. And it's entirely possible that this product maybe has existed. I don't know. But it is...
Did you do research?
Hell no. Actually, I did do a little bit of research, and I think I
Oh.
came up with nothing. And maybe had I scrolled down the page, I would have found something, but I didn't. So this is it's a clock for kids. That's the how many clock. So when it's 7, it's this many. And when it's 4, it's this many. And it gets complicated when it's like 438, because then it's like this many, that many. But I mean, it's just a fun little thing. It's not like it's changing the way we go to hotels or anything, but it's just a little fun thing.
It's a thing. I like it, though.
It's just a thing.
I like it. Because it's so true. Like, I recently saw a baby child, that I saw just like a few weeks after it was born. And then I didn't see it for quite some time. And now it just turned 2.
Uh-huh.
And I said to her, "Oh my goodness, like you had a birthday. How old are you?" And she said, "This many."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's something is just working a little differently.
So my niece Chloe, she is obsessed with timers and setting timers because that's a thing. And this could be like like there could be the this many timer, and maybe they don't know what the number 3 looks like, but they know that this is this many or that many.
Yeah,
So that's it. Just a little something.
I like it.
Yeah,
I mean,
just a little something.
I've been spending a lot of time with like small kids lately, and
Hanging with the new crowd.
the stuff that they have, why wouldn't they have a this many clock?
They have a lot of stuff.
There's like a ridiculous amount of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Lots of stuff.
I was like, was it Christmas? Because
No one told me.
there's all this stuff. Like, no, just Tuesday.
So we could have played this on the last episode, but we were running a little long, so we saved one of our voicemails for this episode. So we've got one. Is it voicemail?
into it.
Is it voicemail time? I think it's voicemail time.
Let's have it be voicemail time.
All right. And here we go.
Hi, John and Louise. So I have this idea that I've been thinking about for a while now, and I think it actually could be like a feasible, really interesting thing. So basically what my idea is I've been in scenarios where people don't fully understand what it means to be a vegetarian or to be a vegan. And, for me, being a vegetarian for upwards of 12 years, I've had a lot of people ask me questions about, what I can eat and what I can't eat. And for me, I sort of am more on the side of, not eating products that could potentially not be vegetarian, for example, rennet or gelatin. I've definitely been in scenarios where I've been at restaurants and people have tried to serve me soup that is beef broth based. That's a tongue twister. Or, give me something that has rennet, which is common in cheese. And what my idea was, basically is having a sort of like, those, like pH sticks that they'll stick in a pool and they'll show you, the different, chlorine levels and the different levels of the different chemicals in the pool. Essentially, it would be that. But what you would do is you would stick it in your food, and if it had animal products, then it would somehow indicate that there were animal products in that food. And I guess there could be one that's more vegan specific, so any animal products, and then there could be one that's more vegetarian oriented, which would be, just anything with gelatin or rennet or meat. And I don't know, I think it could be a really cool thing. And I was wondering how you guys felt about that. All right, okay.
I think that you know exactly how I feel about this.
I just did a silent fireworks show.
Indeed,
So.
you did. Because, yeah, absolutely,
That's
yes.
Brilliant.
Absolutely,
It's
yes.
like, instead of a pH strip, it's a vegan strip.
Yeah, it just detects...
Or a veggie strip.
Yeah, it just detects whether something is plant or animal DNA. And yeah, another cool way to do it, and I don't know how this would be made, but like a little laser gun that like can detect it. I don't know. I'm sure that we've got the technology, but that'd be cool. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that idea.
It's the new iPhone 8.
I know. That's right. Not even going to bother getting the iPhone 7 because the iPhone 8 is going to be able to tell me if I can eat something or not. What I was dancing around earlier is that I'm a total vegan and I don't want your ice cream sundaes. But yes, that's an awesome idea. I would use it every single day of my life.
I feel like it's perfect, and it ties into, in a roundabout way, the Dawn wipes, because you assume that they've been washed, but it's hard to trust.
Yep.
You assume that your dumbass waitress or waiter is like, no, it's vegetarian, like not knowing that chicken stock is chicken in it.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's not like it's coincidentally has the same name.
Yeah, not that people are malicious. And that's why you can't trust them, because people are out to get you. But it's like, I'm gonna double check because I worry.
Right. Another great idea would be know what you're serving people. That's another great idea. But
be okay at your job. Not even just be adequate.
I don't care if you're nice or not. Just don't feed me a dead animal. I thank you so much for calling in. That is an awesome idea. And everybody out there, you can call in at 304-804-IDEA. And also write in your ideas to Great Idea Podcast or greatideapod@gmail.com. Write those in. And actually, Louise, I just got an email on our Great Idea Podcast@gmail.com account to let us know that we are now available on iHeartRadio. Whew. I know.
I thought you were going to say from Mare.
Oh.
I
No,
was like,
your
"Did
mom
she go
hasn't emailed
behind
me in
my
forever.
back?"
Oh, how is Mare doing?
I assume she's great.
She's too busy on the phone with all of her new fans from being on our podcast, our Olympics
That's true.
minisode.
That's true.
No, she wasn't on the Olympics minisode. She was on the follow-up one, the
That's
one
right.
after that. Oh, Mare.
Oh, Mare.
We
I
cer-
did get a text from her yesterday, though, that the Iowa Hawkeyes were playing and that I should root for them. They were playing Iowa State.
Did you
It
root
was
for
a
them?
slaughter. Yes, I did.
Good.
I tried to watch Harold and Maude.
Oh, yeah.
But I did check Google a few times for the score.
Yeah, Louise sent me a very funny video of, for anybody who doesn't have, well, I know that I think that Roku does it too, but the latest Apple TV has a function where you can speak into it and say things like, The Big Lebowski, and it'll pop up with The Big Lebowski and let you know where you can watch it and everything. But
Or
it was
play
having
Bruno Mars, and it'll play.
right. It was having a little bit of trouble though understanding the name Maud.
It was bad. We tried for maybe it just became comedy at one point because it would do Harold and MOD,
Right.
Harold and WAD. There were times when it would just pick something completely not even close, and now I can't remember, but then we just decided if we started to do it with a Long Island accent or
Maud.
yeah, if we started to go Harold and Maude and then slow down, then it would get it. And by the time we figured out we should try to video it.
Oh yeah. That was great. And it's I'm sure that it could have figured it out based on context. Either that or you're going to get a Harold and Kumar go to White Castle type movie.
That did not come up.
Which I know. And it's
Surprisingly.
if you hear Harold and, it's going to be one of those 4 movies. Right?
Yes.
So that is an example of a very good idea, the voice recognition set-top box for all those cord cutters out there, that just needs to learn that there's a movie called Harold and Maude.
Then I was also thinking in my head, it would just, if you had multiple things in your house, you could be Siri, play Harold and Maude. Title cannot be found. Alexa, play Harold and Maude. And then it comes up or something.
Google Hub, play Harold and Maude.
Yeah, then just start asking everything to
Would
try to
somebody
play it.
just please play Harold and Maude? Yeah, so that's a good idea. Just having that voice recognition stuff. I love it.
I don't know how we got on this. I was talking about Mare. Oh, the Hawks.
Sure, right. That's when that
Iowa
happened.
Hawkeyes. Well, because then I was Google, what's the score for? And I would get updates.
Right.
Not in the middle of the movie, but
So you had mentioned your dishwashing genius, which was my challenge for this episode. And the way you had explained it was basically saying that you lived in a place that did not have a big kitchen or really
Yep.
a kitchen to speak of, but
a hallway.
you had a hallway that had a sink in it, and it made it difficult to wash dishes and things like that. And you had requested that I come up with some sort of idea about dishwashing. So what I have thought of is a product that is a compostable film. And this works mostly with plates. Bowls would be trickier. Glasses would be a little bit trickier. Utensils would be a little bit trickier. That's where your wipes come into play, I guess.
Yeah.
But a compostable film that you put on your dish and can just peel off when you're done, and you don't have to wash a thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I like it.
It's not going to be very effective. it would have to be strong enough so that if you're cutting something, it doesn't just cut it open.
Right.
Or it at least reduces the amount of mess on a dish.
Yeah.
So that a quick rinse might just do the job. Depending on what you're eating. So
I like it.
It's just like a little compostable film that
I dig it.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't come up with this idea, but now that we're talking about this and you say compostable film, I've been composting lately and I'm so proud. I know, not in my own home. I bring the stuff to the zero waste New York City compost.
That takes
drop.
some effort right there.
Sure does. Sure does. But I like it. Anyway, I was watching some, I don't know, I think it was YouTube videos. Are there any other kind? No.
Nobody's saying Vimeos. Come on.
Nobody's saying that. And I don't know if it works because I haven't tried it from experience, but if you're cooking with like a skillet that's not nonstick, it's just like a, I don't know,
Just like a stainless steel or aluminum.
all clad. Yeah. And you get a scorch that you're supposed to fill it up with warm water, put a dryer sheet in there, let it sit overnight, and then it wipes out. And then you just wash it as normal. And like your pan isn't scorched anymore or awful. And I don't know if it works. I just watched the video and there was like a time lapse and anybody can, I don't know. But it made me think, that's a really good idea. I wish more people knew about it. I wish I knew about it. I haven't scorched a pan yet, but give me some time.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this, you could consider this a reject idea, but it was like, maybe it's a little on the same level, but in many episodes ago, you had talked about for clothes washing, a little Alka-Seltzer like tablet that you just put in and it cleans your clothes. I was thinking of just plug the sink up, let it fill up, and drop one of those in, and it just eviscerates everything. But I feel like food just works differently, and you're not going to just like eliminate. You're not just going to zap away all of the, I guess, food leftover debris. Like if there's chunks of something, you're SOL.
Veganese.
What's that?
If there's a dollop of veganese
Exactly.
on the side of your plate.
Yeah, or something that's like solid, just like,
Carrots. Louise, anything, just something. Okay.
I don't remember what I challenged you to.
Rice,
That's right. Yes, when I first met Louise, she was obsessed with rice and ate it all the time and had a rice cooker.
I think I had it for like lunch and dinner.
You did.
Almost every day.
I'm pretty sure that the first day that we hung out and we like went back to like your dorm, you had like your rice cooker going.
I just needed it ready.
Girls got to eat.
It ready. Hey, girls got to eat. It's so versatile. You can just put anything on it.
I love my rice cooker. I use it all the time. Rice is awesome.
My voice teacher is holding. One of her students is Japanese and can only stay in the States for X amount of time before she has to go back. And so when she goes back and forth, that's a heavy appliance. This particular one is really high tech. Mine was just like, a Target
the $20
rice
one.
cooker.
Yeah.
But hers is like really high tech, and my voice teacher was like, what do you think I can do with this? And I was sort of thinking like, I'll hold on to it.
Right.
Like
You could be like, I don't know, make me some rice.
Yeah, I'll hold on to that for you. Tell me when she comes back.
Yeah, that was, I think, one of the first items that I got from like my wedding registry. And before I had just like a $20 one, and it definitely wasn't great. And I just gave it to somebody else when I got this. It's not like super high tech, but it's just a good one. That's a good one.
A good one.
It's a good one.
I often find too, my pup has been eating things that he shouldn't lately, and I know, or just like had an allergy or something, and he got sick, and so the vet was just like, you have to feed him just super, super bland, like don't even feed him kibble, just like rice, and I was like, perfect.
We can share a meal together.
Yeah, now we can eat the same. So my idea. Let me refer, because I had two. One was far better than the other.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So last episode, and I don't even know if I told you this, the innkeepers of the bed and breakfast sent us, we took a day trip from our trip, and we went to Niagara Falls, which was like a 3-hour drive from where we were staying, which was also super far from where we live. But we decided we're all the way out here, we're going to do it. They packed us like a little lunchbox of treats and goodies. And in the said jumbo bag of treats that we got, cans of LaCroix.
Nice.
I know.
Loving it. What
So-
flavor?
Orange.
That's a good one.
It was delicious.
And another thing I remember from when I first met you is that you were super into orange soda.
Still am.
Sunkissed specifically, right?
Specifically Sunkissed,
Right.
yes. I had like someone cut out cans for me to like sticky tack on my dorm room wall to say like, I don't know, like, I love you or like, good luck
Right.
or whatever it said at college or something.
Yeah.
But they were Sunkissed cans.
I mean, you know, I'm 18 years old. I meet this girl who's like really into rice and sun-kissed orange soda. And I'm just like, this person is interesting. We should be best
And-
friends.
I took my Hanukkah wrapping paper and framed it and then hung it up on the other wall because that was a whole other thing too, but we should be friends. We still are. Good for us.
We're doing it. It's happening.
Virtual high five.
There we go.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay, so my idea.
Yes, rice.
Rice. So I liked it. I liked last time how you wanted a little twist with your key party.
Uh-huh. Canine party.
Canine party, that's what it was. Thank you. And last time, this is why I brought up the LaCroix. You had said that you were going to stop drinking in favor of flavored water
Yes.
for multiple reasons.
Well, this is a sparkling water, but it is only water flavored.
This is just water flavor flat. We need to hydrate, folks.
By the way,
So
29 days,
oh,
no
nice.
booze.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 29 like ounces of whatever, because I have one that's waterlogged, and that's
nice.
I'm like half of my goal.
That's a fancy
Today.
one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep on interrupting
it was
you.
free. No, that's okay. So you had stopped drinking, but haven't stopped eating it. I present you rice whiskey treats, and they're adult snacks that'll get you right in a sweet spot.
Whoa, how does that happen?
You would, as you, I guess, are melting the marshmallows, add your Jameson, your Baileys, your whatever, and
Okay.
then when you add the Rice Krispies or crispy rice, unless you want to
Kellogg's.
sponsor this,
Yeah.
if you want to sponsor us, and then you could do it that way, or you could make the traditional marshmallow treat and then have some sort of a frosting like
A glaze.
glaze that maybe goes on top of it.
Interesting.
That was where my head was, because otherwise I was thinking things like, you maybe don't have a dehumidifier, so we're gonna just put plates full of rice out to suck the moisture out of the air. Like, I don't even know what I was thinking, but I was like, scratch that. That's not good enough. And then I was like, rice. So like rest, ice, compression, elevation. Okay, how can I already improve this medical thing? And I was like, I don't know. It's just rice. Like,
Well,
I was really working.
it's interesting that
Or
this should
not
come up
working.
now because Apple just announced the new iPhone, which is like water resistant. Well, hey, it's a thing. So less
It is
people
a
are
thing,
going to
but
need
it's
to
like
get.
been a thing before for a different company, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. But X many people are iPhone users. So
That's true.
they're
That's
not going to
true.
be rushing out to go get rice to put their phones in if the water isn't
Oh,
messing.
like in the freezer. Yeah. Dang, there went that $1 million idea that I had. Your iPhone saver.
Yeah, right.
People would pay $20 for that, a baggie of rice.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't get the new phone.
Good marketing,
Yeah,
good packaging. Could be making millions.
that's right. Just a little baggy of rice. That's all it takes. So let's talk about challenges for the next episode. Okay, I will go first. So for anybody watching on our YouTube channel, which by the way, subscribe to us on YouTube, you can watch these podcasts, not just listen to them. You may notice that I'm wearing different eyeglasses than the last time because they ended up in a friend's car and I won't be able to get them until probably tomorrow. So I fortunately had this older pair of glasses that I'm wearing right now. So it just got me thinking about the eyeglass game, which more or less has stayed the same. The only innovations to speak of have less to do with the glasses themselves and more about the way that you can buy them, such as companies like Warby Parker and Fetch Eyewear that do the trying on process or whatever. So, Louise, I challenge you to come up with something having to do with eyeglasses.
Eyeglasses. Wow. Okay. Eyeglasses. I'm into it. Okay. For you, and I don't mean to assume, but may or may not be your forte, it is Fashion Week in New York City.
Ooh.
I know. Your challenge are hanger loops. Let me elaborate. On sometimes ladies' clothing, I don't know if it's on men, but sometimes on ladies' clothing, in the armpit area, there will be a loop for you to hang a nice item with so that you don't stretch out the shoulder with the hanger. What is super annoying is that said little loops are constantly coming out of people's armpits
Yes.
or neck holes. I need a solution.
Okay. The gears are already turning.
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right. I love it. So to everybody out there in podcast world, I say to you, hang out with us on social media. We're Great Idea at Great Idea Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail. I think that's also our YouTube thing, but I can't remember. But search for us on YouTube.
You know how to search for things. Come on. Don't make us spoon feed you.
Seriously, come on.
Come on.
And also, don't forget, rate and review us on iTunes. And if you review us and you put a word or phrase in quotes, we will use that as an idea suggestion, and Louise and I will each come up with an idea based on whatever you have in those quotes. So rate us 5 stars and leave that in the reviews, and we will get on it. Nobody has yet to take us up on this offer. And we are like 10 episodes in.
I can't believe we made it this far.
Really?
not excited or impressed with us at all. Nope, we were always going to be here.
Well, as many people know, or as nobody knows, I don't even know for sure. This is one of the few ideas that we've had that we've actually decided to do. Louise has been talking about starting a podcast for a very long time. And the only time she ever did it was as an April Fool's joke to make people think that she did it.
And now I'm already thinking, what am I going to do this year for April Fool's? And I've got months.
You got months. But that April Fool's joke was actually, that's when we came up with the idea for this podcast. So April 1st was when we came up with this idea and actually made it happen. And I'm loving it. It's great.
I'm loving it too. I love hanging out with you.
I love hanging out with you too. And thank you for that. And thank you everybody out there for listening.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I don't see it happening.